Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Aries for the month of December. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you, where we will be indeed taking a look at this brand new month of December 2025. Do hope your month of November was good, and I do hope that November is even better for you here, Aries. But with that said, we'll go ahead and get all the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. Now, the good news is the retrograde is over, so that's very good. Actually, on the day that the video is released, be the last day of retrograde. We got some other things coming up here in December as well, minor things, but mostly clear skies ahead for you here, Aries. We do have Neptune going direct. We've got Mercury moving into Sagittarius. We got a new moon in Sagittarius. We've got Venus moving into Capricorn. We've got some, minor stuff, Mars moving, just the usual suspects. But yeah, Neptune is going direct, which is great as well. So anyway, I think that's looking just about good enough to meet. Okay. Energy on the bottom. You do have the 10 of Cups. All right, so Aries, 10 of Cups is a really nice card in the tarot. This can mean total happiness in your situation. Usually when you get the 10 of Cups, you've accomplished some nice goal in life, because the any 10 in the tarot is a completion. And you can see here that the family on the card is fulfilled. They are fulfilled. They own the home in the background there. The rainbow is there. All 10 cups are there. They're overflowing. They're full. Usually there could be a nice moment that is coming forward for you when you get the 10 of Cups, and it can be like a culmination of something, And yeah, I definitely like this. Now, I see that some of you here are really stacking up for really solid December. So far, the readings have been very good for this month, and yours is no different. Yours looks good as well. But yeah, so as I take a quick overview here, we've got 4 major arcanas here. All right, so I definitely see that some of you are really on the precipice of getting started on something new, maybe towards the end of the month, towards the end of December. Of course, the calendar will turn over to a new year at the end of this month as well, just following this month as well. And so that could be why the Fool is here, but let's go ahead and let's really dive in here. So in the middle, you have the Lovers. And the Lovers, it represents an important choice in life that you have to make. Sometimes it can be a choice between like A or B or two things, but it doesn't always have to be. Reason being is you can see the columns here. This is representative of Gemini. That's the way that I at least like to look at this interpretation of the Lovers card. Gemini is the sign of duality. The Lovers is associated with Gemini, and you've got two people here, two dolphins. So the idea is that sometimes it may mean you have two things you have to decide between, right? You've got a choice between A or B in life. Usually it is in love, but it doesn't always have to be, because especially in a reading like this where we don't really have a ton of love cards, we do have the 10 of Cups, which is like really a great card for family. If you have your own family or you're thinking about starting your own family, maybe even seeing relatives as well. But like overall, when you get this here, I see that some of you are trying to decide on a particular new beginning that I think wants to emerge for you here, as you have an Ace and a Fool in the upper corners. Okay, so I see that there's like maybe, I'm not really getting path energies. Okay, like I think that actually your path is kind of defined here, Aries. Okay, but there's something where it's branching off a little bit. Like where you're walking down. Like sometimes you get these path readings, right, where you trying to decide on what path is right for you. I don't think that this is it. Okay, like I think the right path for you. But there is a choice here within that okay, within this path that you're on that needs to be made, right? And yeah, I think that you've already committed. I know it's a little confusing, convoluted. I think that you've already, in other words, I think you've already committed to something, okay? And this new beginning is kind of like, it's definitely on the horizon here. You're at a critical point with this. Let's go ahead and let's try to get way more details because I know that's very ambiguous at this point. I'm going to try to get some more details. Now, in the first column here, you do have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Death card, and the Seven of Pentacles. All right, so with the Ace of Pentacles, this is a new beginning. You've got a strong confirmation of that happening for you in December with the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool in the beginning. We'll get into that more as we go along, but usually the Ace of Pentacles, it is around like maybe needing to invest in something, okay? Maybe needing to invest in something. And again, I think that you are committed already, okay? You are already committed. But this is a bigger commitment in life. This is what it is. Okay. So now I'm understanding. This is a bigger commitment in life, Aries, for you. Okay, maybe bigger than you're used to, or maybe you've had one or two other commitments that were of this size in your life, depending on like where you are in life. But this is not a simple decision. This is not what you're gonna have for breakfast. You know, this is a bigger this is a bigger decision that you are looking at, and more so commitment as well. Okay, in fact, you've got the Death card here, which it does represent transformation in the tarot. It represents change, transformation, completely, in this case, something dying out, okay? Something dying out in your life and you transforming into this new situation here, okay? And what could this look like, right? So what could this look like? Because I'm trying to give you some like real world examples of what this could look like for you based on the cards that we have here. And there are a couple of things. Well, one, you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is the long range money, okay? Now you have a situation here around your living circumstance that is showing up. Okay, I associate the Ten of Cups as a real estate. I associate the Ten of Cups with real estate. It's a real estate card. It's a house card. It's a living card. There's always a house in the Ten of Cups. And the reality is that many people derive joy and happiness from their place, from their dwelling, the place that they live. Okay. On top of that, here you have the Four of Wands as well, which for me is another. It's not necessarily a purchasing real estate card, but it's a card around stability. Okay, it's around where you reside or you dwell. So one of the things here for you is it could be around this transformation that you're making, this important commitment that you're making, this new beginning that you're undergoing. This could be around making a big purchase here. As the Seven of Pentacles, it is your long range. It could be a retirement account. It could be around buying a property, these sorts of things. As you have the Ace of Pentacles as well, which it also can talk about taking profit. It can talk about putting money into something, depending on where you are. Seed money, these sorts of things can show up here with the Ace of Pentacles combination of the Seven of Pentacles as well. So like that's one way that you could go with this. Another way, another transformation that may be kind of like happening for you here is deep commitment in love. You know, are you having a family? Are you going to have kids? Do you already have kids? You know, what are you going to do? Are you going to send them to college? Are you not going to send them to college? You know, like these sorts of things could also be showing up here as well, okay? So like some deep question or commitment or transformation happening within a relationship that you're in right now as well. So let's expand on this. You have the Judgment card, the Lovers, and the Queen of Swords, right? So the Judgment card, it does talk about critical choices in life or being at critical points or critical stages in life, okay, as you have the Judgment card there, right? Basically, when you get the Judgment card, you're like 98, 99% of the way through something, and you're in that final stage, and you're seeing what you need to see to go over the hurdle, okay? Because actually the people are kind of like awaiting their fates or their judgment, so to speak, in usually in the illustration. You can kind of see it here in this judgment illustration, but that's the idea of the Judgment card. It's a card of karma, right? It's a card of seeing the importance of the actions that you've taken in life, which is really just what karma is. All right. And I see here that some of you are, you're at this critical point with, I think for many, this will be around a money choice. Okay. I think you're already committed. I think you're already in. But at the same time, like you're realizing that there's kind of like, I want to say no going back. That's what I want to say. Okay, by committing to this thing, by going all in on this thing, it almost feels like there's no going back. It's a complete transformation, as the death card is there too. And the judgment card. These are serious cards, judgment, death card. These are big, serious cards in the tarot. Usually at critical points in life, these cards will come forward, right? So here you are, you have this. It's around a choice too with the Lovers, right? So I think, again, you're already committed. This is in relationship for some, and if it is about relationship, it's like, longer term stuff, like serious stuff in a relationship. It's not like, oh, let's get an apartment together. I know that that's kind of a big deal, but like it's deeper than that. It's not just let's get an apartment together. It's, are we getting married? Are we having kids? This type of thing. Or, are we buying? Right? Not even just living together. Are we buying together? Right? Like these sorts of things, these deeper level questions here about this person that you're involved with, or this that you're already married to, right? Like I think that this is kind of the vibe of the month for you at this time. We're gonna check out what else is going on here in just a moment, but you've got the Queen of Swords as well. This is asking you to take a logical approach to this situation, okay? To cut out anything unnecessary. The Queen of Swords is the queen of cutting out unnecessary stuff, okay? Getting to the root or the heart of the issue. And even if that means disappointing people, right? Queen of Swords has no problem offending people or, saying what they need to say to people, right? So in the final column, you have the Fool, the Four of Wands, and the Page of Wands. The Fool is a powerful new beginning. It's the most powerful new beginning in the tarot. And it's like having all four aces in one card, and you already have an ace here. Okay? So this is why I'm saying that the commitment has already been made. Okay? But I know this is like, we're going to get clarity on all of this. But there's a choice here. Okay? There's a choice within this now that needs to be made as well. Okay, so it's sort of like one of those things where two things are true at the same time. You've already committed, but there's also a secondary choice or something like this that's pretty important that needs to be made. Okay, I think this is around stability. I think this is around living situation for many. I think it's about retirement for some. Like, are you ready to retire? Are you rooted? Can you actually retire? Can you take that time? Are you rooted with the Four of Wands? Do you have enough? Have you made the right financial geometry in life to be able to support yourself over the next 20 years or 30 years or 40 years or whatever it is for you? Like these sorts of things, these questions, you're already committed, but you're asking these questions, right? And then same with the relationship. Like, okay, I'm already committed to this person, but what is the next thing? And then, for others, you're in a different stage here where you're not ready for retirement, but you're committed to owning a home somewhere, or you're committed to, putting more money in retirement or whatever the case may be. But how are we going to make it happen, right? So, these are the things, these are the bigger questions that you're looking at here in this month of December. I know it's kind of mundane and boring, but these are like really important things that are going on here. As you have the Death card and the Judgment card, everything I talked about is sort of transformative in a certain way, okay? You do have the Page of Wands, which it is talking about potentially a job offer or opportunity or some sort of career opportunity here as well. I know that doesn't really connect based on what I've been saying, but in a certain way it does. Like if you are looking to, I don't know, purchase a house or, save more, whatever the case may be, you may be looking at these other opportunities that allow you to do that in a more efficient way or in a greater way, right? So we'll put an asterisk on that Page of Wands for right now, and we'll get more answers on what that might be around, okay? So let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading for now here, Aries. I'm going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you, and then I'll also pull some tarot cards. All right. So, all right. Energy on the bottom. You have Gabriel, Divine Emergence. It's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and gifts. All right. I think some of you just need to decide. I know there are no wrong choices in life, but like if you're having second thoughts about like your ability to do anything or your ability to do this, the cards would say that, no, this is made for you. You can make this choice. You know, this new beginning is made for you, right? You can make this choice. You know, the commitment's already been made. You have Raguel, waves of healing. Be open and vulnerable as this will initiate healing and harmonious resolution. And you have Metatron, heaven to earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. This is exactly what I was saying. Okay, this Metatron card's like, I don't know, the words or the sentence is a little out there, but really, like your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth means that you're on the right path. Okay, this commitment that you've already made is right for you. Okay, like it's an alignment for you. All right, it's absolutely totally aligned. So I'm glad that we see this Metatron card for you. You have Daniel, divine discernment, trust in the messages within, they are divinely guided. And then you have Zadkiel, karmic release. It's time to release what's holding you back and step into a more radiant self. I do think there's a little bit of like being in your head about the choice. Okay, now the commitment's been made, but there's a choice here. There's a secondary choice, kind of big, and you're a little bit in your head. Now there is another thing about karma here, karmic release with the judgment card. These are both cards of karma. So let's see what else we have here. Aries, we're going to pull some more tarot cards for you now. Aries, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. Okay. Let's see what we have here. The King of Wands, Four of Wands again, and the Devil. Okay. You know what came in as soon as I pulled that Devil card? Delayed gratification. That phrase, delayed gratification, came right into my mind as I looked at the Devil card. Okay? How can I expand on this? The devil is something that in life that you're doing that you know you shouldn't be doing, okay? It can talk about toxicity generally in life, either from another person or from within, which nobody's perfect, okay? I say that in a non-judgmental way. For example, it could just be a habit or routine that you're doing that's just not in alignment with where you want to be going. That can be the Devil card, right? But there is this situation that maybe you want to have the answer to, or you want to be here now, but it's not here now. Okay, we're going to try to see if that is the case, but it's coming. Okay, it's coming. You have the Four of Wands here again. I mean, you can see that people just got married in the card. That's the idea of the Four of Wands. It is a card of ceremonies. They're in some type of ceremony here, but the number 4 is a number of stability. Okay, and you know, I think that ultimately this is what many of you are sort of like aiming for. Whether this is in relationship, this is in retirement, this is in, you know, maybe changing your residence in whatever way that looks for you. Like I think the core, the root of this is around where do I feel at home in, right? Like, is it with this person? You know, do I feel at home with this person? You know, do I feel at home in this house or in this apartment or in this job? You know, there's something here around stability that wants to show up. I think also that you do have something to celebrate in the future. Okay, and it is this new path that wants to emerge for you here, potentially in December. And I do see that you have something that you want to celebrate. And I think that ultimately this is going to be like, I think that you're in this stage here where it's feeling like a lot's going on. You know, like important decisions are being made. You're at a critical point. I think you're going to get through that. And on the other end of this, you're not going to regret anything. Okay, like I think ultimately that's what I'm seeing here in the cards. You're going to be happy that you did something. Again, karma, all about your actions, right? You're going to be happy that you did something. Is what I see here. Now, with the King of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, this is a card of entrepreneurship. I do think that there is a business career timeline here stacking up for you. I don't know if this relates to starting your own business or not. I would love to see the Ace of Wands for that. Or if it's like being energized and excited about a new career opportunity. You have the Queen of Swords again, okay? That is with the Judgment card. You have the Hermit, and you have the Nine of Wands. Okay, Aries. So if you look at this Nine of Wands person, this person is timid, right? They're obviously weary. They've been through a lot. They've got a bandage on their head, right? But they've been through a lot. The idea of the Nine of Wands person, they've been through a lot. And they are timid and shy around something. Okay? Usually, actually, let me get more specific about that. They're timid and shy, and that is preventing them from crossing the finish line. That is preventing them from crossing the finish line because they are 95% of the way through something. Right? And they're in that final 5% stage where it's hard right now, but it's the most important part of the task that they're doing, right? It's the most important stage in the journey. And it's where you grow, it's where you learn, it's where you feel accomplished in the final 5%. This is where they are, but they're timid, okay? And what I see here is with the Queen of Swords, that person is absolutely not timid, shy, or afraid, right? And you have the Queen of Swords twice, okay? And what I see is the need or the guidance here in this reading is to cut through some sort of outside noise, cut through there's something here that is, I think, within for you around making this choice, around this new beginning that's here, by the way, it's here, like that, like the past is, like, it's already here, okay? Something from the past is dead, okay? And you are getting a new beginning here. It's died out. The past year has died out for you. You are getting a new beginning here, okay? It is on the way. Okay, and but there's something about this that's within you that maybe you're feeling a little bit reserved around, can I do this? Is this the right choice? Again, I don't think you're going to be regretting this based on this reading. Okay, but with the Queen of Swords influence here, it's cutting through that indecision. It's cutting through that, like, that back and forth energy, right? And taking a direct action, okay? And the Hermit here is Virgo. The Hermit, it represents introspection. I almost feel like it's the time for that is over. Yeah, that's what I feel. Maybe it's not what you want to hear, but this is what I think the cards are suggesting. I think that time is over. I think you've already been introspective because I think you've already, whether you've done this verbally or not, I think that you've already committed to something or someone. Okay? This is what I see. Yeah. You have the Empress, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Wands. Wow, amazing. So you have the Page of Wands clarifying the Page of Wands. I love that you also have the King of Wands. Okay, I love that you have all of this Wands energy, which does connect to career, business. I do see that you are accepting an offer here that is confirmed. There's no, like, going back from that. Okay, I think that ultimately this is going to end up being something that's very, very good. Okay, it's very exciting for you. It may take you new places. It may allow you to experience new things. Like with this Page of Wands person, they're basically very excited about where they are and what's coming forward for them in the future. And again, it is about job offers, career opportunities, or just opportunities and offers in life that are really, really exciting. And you get a double confirmation of that. So it's coming in for you here, Aries, if this is your reading. And it will happen just at the right time as you have the Wheel of Fortune, right? It will happen just at the right time. Okay, because the Wheel of Fortune, it can talk about, basically your destiny. Okay, and I think that maybe if you're searching, for example, like to try to bring this, like, what is the real world application of this? It's like, okay, maybe you haven't found the right house, or maybe you haven't found the right time to actually commit to retirement, or maybe you haven't found the right job. It's the Wheel of Fortune's influence would suggest that it's destined for you, right? But you can't hack divine timing. It will show up when it shows up. So for now, it feels like if it hasn't happened up to this point, be the best version of you each and every day, you know? But the forecast here is looking good for you. The Empress is also abundance in the tarot, so I love this for you. And you have the Sun on the bottom. It's literally the best card in the tarot. Total happiness, success, and also it can expose the truth, right? Something you were in the dark around, it can come forward for you. So this is a type of reading that I love to see for these monthly readings. Let's go ahead and let's move into the Kipper clarifications for you. Let's see what else you have. Okay, you have official person, false person. Great fortune, amazing, with the Wheel of Fortune. You have coffin, yep. You have the despair card, and you have poverty. All right, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Wow, this doesn't look good. No, actually it does look good. Here's the thing. Coffin is the death card, okay? Same idea. There is something that has died out for you. That's over, okay? So it doesn't mean you can't feel a certain type of way around that, you know, thing being over or done. But there's something that you are wanting to point your arrow towards, that you are aiming for here that's completely new and looks very prosperous for you, right? Like generally, whether this is through love, this is through career, money, investment, whatever it is, I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it looks very prosperous for you personally. With great fortune, 10 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, the Empress is a card of abundance. It's available for you in the future. What's going on with false person, despair, and poverty? To me, some of you have been searching for this answer for a while, okay? Maybe somebody misguided you. Maybe somebody misled you, okay? Maybe you internally here also were on the wrong path for a while. No judgments. But the feeling here is that this is turning around, okay? If there's somebody that you don't trust, you probably have a good reason for that with privileged lady and false person. You probably intuitively know that you're not going to make this mistake again with this person. Okay, some of you are about to embark on something completely new. And again, it looks favorable and it doesn't feel like you're going to regret it, Aries. What's on the bottom? You have main female. All right. You are the main character in this story, okay? Don't allow other people's opinions to sway you. Don't allow other people to kind of steer your ship. You're in control. This is what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.